Okay, so I'm making a continuation of a new theory on the occult, and I was talking about. Oh, by the way, today is still December 22nd, even though I have been talking for a really long time. It has not turned into a new day yet. Today is December 23rd, 2020, somewhere around about 11:30 a.m. And I'm probably rambling like crazy in a very self-indulgent way, but anyway, it is what it is. So I was talking about the way a missile follows a jet that it is trying to attack or trying to take down. And I was saying that the weird stuff with the occult, the sickness of the occult is not in the object of the occult, because the word occult means hidden, and hidden is just an adjective. So we need to focus. I want to focus on the object of the adjective, which is the hidden what? The hidden knowledge. That's what the occult. When you hear the word occult, that's what it's really talking about. Is it's talking about hidden knowledge. It's not just talking about hidden. Hidden isn't even a thing. Hidden is an adjective of a thing. So what's the thing? The thing is the knowledge, right? So it's the hidden knowledge. So, but we are trained to associate the word occult with repulsive and evil. That's what we're trained to do. The repulsiveness and the evil part of the occult is not in the object of the occult. The hidden knowledge is not hidden. The hidden knowledge is actually the valuable stuff that they want to keep away from us so that they can maintain their elite status. Okay? The evil and the repulsiveness comes in the hiding. Okay? And so they do a lot of weird things, and it's not conscious, it's all subconscious, because we're talking about multi-generational practices. Even if you're involved in some type of a society like a garden society, or a fishing society, or a this or that, any type of thing, doesn't have to be evil. You just talk about if over the course of your life, that society or group or organization or whatever, in order to maintain its distinct identity and its sort of I don't want to say institutional, but it's sort of like a group pride, or its group identity, or its group, just just think about Tom Sawyer and Huck Finn. They had, even like friendships, right? You develop customs within the friendship. You have certain memories. You share certain experiences, and those experiences define rituals that you do. Maybe you have a ritual every year of getting together in Sarasota and doing whatever. And that's just a friendship. Now imagine an entire society, of 20 people or 200 people or 2,000 people. If they stay together, then just organically, naturally, they're going to develop rituals and defining characteristics and practices for their group, right? So now when you add in, which is all well and good, right? But it's the hidden part. It's the secret part. The secrets make you sick. Secrets make us all sick. Okay, so secrets are not good. Sometimes you might get into a situation where you have to have a secret. Okay, that's like the principle of a necessary evil. Okay, so when you have a necessary evil, you should honor and maintain what's necessary, but continually seek to minimize it and continually seek to eliminate it. It's necessary, but it's evil. So how do we, first of all, since it's necessary, we better do it. Second of all, okay, but how do we arrange circumstances so that we can do away with this evil thing that's necessary? So that should be the spirit. That should be the intention. It's when you have secrets and then people start to embrace, right, and enjoy the evil, the necessary evil, which is a secret. When people start to embrace and enjoy the evil, that's where the sickness comes in. And that's where the sickness of the occult is. It's not in the subject matter or the object of the adjective hidden. The adjective is hidden. The adjective is occult. Hidden and occult are the same thing. That's not the evil. That's not even a thing. Something that's not a thing can't even be evil, right? And the thing isn't even evil. It's the intention, right? It's the intention that's evil. It's not even the secret. Secrets can be necessary, but it's the embracing and the enjoying and the honoring and the loving of the thing that is evil, which is the secret. which can theoretically be a necessary evil, which if it's necessary, it's necessary, but it's, yeah. So anyway, so that's it. That's my new theory of the occult. They are the true elite. And I heard that the New World Order, they are the occult. They're the occult. And the New World Order is a lot of people. You know, it might be a 250,000 people. It might be 500,000 people. Might be 1 million people. It might be 3 million. I don't think so. I think it's more like in the neighborhood of 250,000, 300,000 people. But even so, that's a lot of people. So within that group of people, you have subdivision. Like, remember, like the fractal, you know, you have good, you have bad, you have really bad, and you have really good, you know. You could be a really good person born into a really bad family, and you have things that you have to do that are necessary and evil, okay? And you hate do them, but they're necessary, so you do them. But you don't love them. It's the intention, right? That makes something good or bad. I've gone to church. I grew up in a small church, 300 people or less. I grew up in a small church in Delray Beach, Florida. There were 2 convicted pedophiles in that church. A small church, 2 convicted. I want to emphasize the word convicted, because some people say if 2 people get caught, that means there was 20 people doing it. You know, 1 out of 10. I mean, I don't know how much interface you've had with law enforcement, but you know, these law enforcement, you know, law enforcement is a bunch of guys doing a job, okay? And we all know sometimes we do our job, we do it with less than maximum devotion, right? So you think, oh, law enforcement's coming, they're gonna, well, no, they're just coming to do a job, you know? They may or may not even care. I mean, you know, you're like the 100th call they've had in the past 30 days. I mean, you're not like, to you, your case is the number one primo most important thing in your life. To them, it's like you're just another file in a filing cabinet, you know? And they might be really tired, and they might be burned out, and they might hate their job, and their wife might have just left them, and they're, you know, they might have a child in the hospital, and their dog might have just got run over. I mean, they got a lot of things on their mind that don't have anything to do with your file, which is just one file out of 100, right? So you think if there's 2 convicted pedophiles that there were only 2 pedophiles in the church? Maybe, probably not, but maybe, right? So what am I saying? I'm saying here we have a group of people who are ostensibly good, supposed to be good, known to be good, reputationally good, but are they actually good? In 2 cases, they were definitely not. I mean, there's no way, all right? Now, one of the guys was a pillar of the church, a pillar, a multi-generational attendee, okay? Wife played the organ. He was an usher, well-liked, okay? That was one of the guys. Another guy was a new guy, okay? So nobody really knew him anyway, but still he was in the church. So you got people who are ostensibly good, known to be good, reputationally good, and then you have people over there born into these occult families, right? New World Order families, Illuminati families, Satanic families, Masonic family, whatever. And, you know, some people get offended that some people could say, well, Illuminati's not evil. The Masons are not evil. It's like, I don't know, man. I don't know. Look, I'm not trying to offend anybody. I'm not, you know, you got your opinion. I respect that. And if you want to correct me on mine, that's fine. I'm open to that. You know, I'm just representing myself for who I am and from where I come from. I don't think I'm right. I just think I'm who I am. I just think I am who I am. And I believe that God, that something other than you and me and Trump and Obama and Hillary, something other than all of them people are in control. So I am who I am for a reason. So I'm putting myself as I am out there with the expectation, like I said, and the hope, really, the expectation and the hope that you will put yourself out there, because you will join me in faith and not understanding, but you will join me in faith in believing that you are who you are for a reason also, and that it is the summary result of you and me together and everybody else, all of us together, Okay? Who is God? Who is the image of God? Because I by myself am not the image of God. God forbid, right? God forbid. That's crazy, right? You by yourself, no. But all of us collectively together. Okay? So that's who I am, okay? God forgive me and you forgive me for the parts of it that's wrong, because it has to be wrong. I'm not totally right. I'm not totally wrong. And you're not totally right. You're not totally wrong. I mean, that's crazy, right? So God forgive me and you forgive me, right? For the parts that I'm wrong. So what I'm saying is that in this church where it's ostensibly reputationally good, you have people who are bad, unquestionably bad. And then in the cult, like I said, the Freemason families, the Illuminati, the New World Order, the whatever, ostensibly bad, but they're good, right? That's the way it works. That's why the kingdom of Christ is a spiritual kingdom. That's why Jesus says that the least will be greatest, right? That's why Jesus says, hold on, I got this memorized. Let's see. It says, I say to you that many will come from the east and the west and will join in the feast with Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob in the kingdom of heaven. But the subjects of the kingdom will be thrown outside into the darkness where there will be weeping and gnashing of teeth. That's Matthew chapter 8. I'm working on memorizing it. That's why I had to cover my eyes when I was reciting it, because memorization is really hard. So what Jesus is saying is that the ostensibly good are not necessarily good. There's another one, there's another verse. How's it go? It says, for the good will be bad, the bad, no. The least will be greatest. No, it's not those. It's another one. There's another verse that's even more explicit than that, even though that's pretty explicit. It says the subjects of the kingdom. It says many will come from the east and the west and will join in the feast with Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob in the kingdom of heaven. But the subjects of the kingdom will be thrown outside into the darkness where there will be weeping and gnashing of teeth. I mean, that's pretty explicit. But there's one that's even more explicit. I can't remember how it goes right now. Anyway, basically, the sum total is the people who are ostensibly good, reputationally good, known to be good, pretentiously good, supposed to be good, are not necessarily good. Now, in my mind, it's a logical inevitability. Okay, that if that is the case, then the people who are bad, known to be bad, reputationally bad, supposed to be bad, are not really bad in God's eyes. We don't have the wisdom to differentiate. Sometimes we do, sometimes we don't. And I'm not saying those two pedophiles are going to hell and the rest of us are going to heaven. I'm not saying that, because I can't even judge their souls. I'm just judging them. I'm just judging what they did. What they did was evil, right? I mean, obviously. Does that mean they're evil? I can't make that judgment. We have to punish them, okay? But that doesn't mean they're bad people. They might be better people in another way, a different way, outside of the context of those evil things that they did, than any of us, or one of us, or most of us, or some of us, So anyway, the occult is the adjective for a thing. The thing is the knowledge. The knowledge is good. Oh, what I was saying is that I knew a guy who says that the occult, the New World Order, has $325 quadrillion. $325 quadrillion. We think a trillion is a lot. A quadrillion is 1,000 trillion. And just to help everybody get a perspective, a million is 18 inches of $100 bills stacked flat. Okay, that's $1 million. $1 million is nothing. You sneeze and $1 million disappears. $1 million is nothing. It's nothing. Okay, you can spend $1 million in 2 hours. $1 million is nothing. Okay, $1 billion is higher than the Empire State Building. Okay, now $1 billion, you're talking about some money now. I mean, $1 billion is some money. Okay, you could still spend it, but it'd be hard, but you could do it. Okay, now a trillion is 300 or depending upon who does the math. When I did the math, it was 369 miles or something like that. I saw a thing online. They did the math. They said it was like 630 miles. Anyway, the point is, it's like more than 300 miles out into space. So 18 inches, Empire State Building, 300 something miles. That's the difference. Now take that 300 miles, okay, and multiply it times 1,000. That's a quadrillion. Okay, that's like almost to the moon, or probably is to the moon, right? Is the moon like 400,000 miles or something like that? I mean, that's different distances, whatever. But in the heliocentric model, I'm not a heliocentrist, so. But anyway, the heliocentric model is like 400,000, 200,000 miles. It varies as it orbits around the Earth, if it even does. Okay, so they have a lot of money. They have all the money. They have all the knowledge, and they look at us like livestock. I mean, it's interesting that Masonic cipher is also known as the Pigpen cipher, even though, right? Even though it's not meant to be derogatory, but it's the Pigpen cipher. That's what it's known as, right? And what is a cipher? Okay, we're kind of coming full circle here, which is nice. What is a cipher? A cipher is a tool of occlusion. A cipher is something you use when you don't want somebody to know something. A cipher is a way of hiding things. And it's a pigpen cipher, right? So they look at us like we're livestock. And they hide the knowledge that they have from us, the knowledge of free energy, the knowledge of perfect health. Forget about cures. You don't want cures. I don't want a cure. I want health so I don't get sick in the first place. Right? Even the cure, even the concept of a cure is itself a cipher. Not a cipher. Is itself a psyop. Even the concept of a cure. Eliminate the word cure from your vocabulary. I don't want a cure. I want health so I don't get sick in the first place. Okay? So they have they have the hidden knowledge for free energy, for perfect health, for complete and total wealth, no material need of any kind whatsoever, ever, okay? They have the secret for perfect knowledge of how the universe really works, not this flea market university system version of truth, not this flea market public school version of truth. It's garbage. Everything is used. Everything is worn out. It's all dented and scratched up. It won't work for more than a day after you bring it home and start playing with it. You know, it comes from China. It's contaminated with lead. It's garbage. Okay? Medical system, it's garbage. It's full of lead and other kinds of poisons. It's garbage. Okay? They have the antithesis to all that, and they intentionally feed that to us to maintain their insular status of elite identity. Elite identity. Okay. The other day when I was out on my porch, I was talking about the sunrise. Actually, it was yesterday. It was yesterday. I was making a video about the sunrise, and I started talking about Tesla and how Tesla had said that when the world starts to focus on a non-material perspective of science, it will advance more than 10 years than it has in the last 10 centuries. And that's a paraphrase. It's not exact word for word quote, but you can look it up for the exact word, for the exact quote, and then make your own determination if my paraphrase is true to the actual quote. The point being is that the truth of the world is in the study of energy. The Western elite give us a contaminated flea market version of truth. And that contaminated flea market version is a materialistic version. They talk about atoms, molecules, chemicals. We need, for health, you need these little pokey little needles. You need those little plastic tubes. You need all these little flashing lights, these little beeping machines. You need all this material garbage that has nothing to do. It's all flotsam. It's all a distraction from the truth. The truth is found in the study of energy, which is what the Eastern people have known for thousands of years. And it was the Western people, it was the Rothschilds who went in and destroyed China, from my understanding. They destroyed it. They wrecked it with, no, it wasn't the Rothschilds. It was the Catholic Church. They went and they destroyed it with opium, with the opium trade, with the drug. Same as always. It's always drugs and sex, drugs and sex. They always they wreck the family. They wreck the health of they wreck the family with sexual deprivation, degradation, because whatever. That's another story. But anyway, and they wreck the health and the physical well-being of the society with drugs. They do the same thing every time, and that's how they wreck the kingdoms of the East. To bring in this new world of a materialistically oriented view, which is a flea market view of the world. Okay? But when you have dumbed down people wearing garbage, eating garbage, thinking garbage, okay, they're easy to rule. Okay? Because they're like livestock. Okay? And that's where we get back to the Masonic cipher. That's where we get back to the hiddenness, the secrecy. Okay? I'm getting another warning, so I must be getting really long here. So that's it. The knowledge of the occult is the real knowledge. The sickness of the occult is in the hiding. Okay? God's view for the world is everybody to be wealthy and healthy. The elite's view of the world is for them to be wealthy and healthy. So that's where their sickness comes in. It's not in their knowledge. It's in their intention. Okay? God bless you. And it's not all of them. It's just a subset of them, right? Okay. God bless you. Thank you for watching. Bye.